Hello, everybody, and welcome to XCOM Enemy Unknown /Within. With the upcoming release this February 5th of XCOM 2, I thought it would be a cool idea to revisit XCOM Enemy Within and get a little bit of practice under my belt so that when XCOM 2 comes out, I'll hopefully be able to play it semi-effectively. I'm not the greatest XCOM player, but we're going to give it a shot on classic difficulty with Ironman, both operations, downloadable content, I believe, for both of them. We'll reduce the beginner voiceovers because I know what they say and it's annoying. We'll enable aiming angles, and I think save scum is completely obviated by the Ironman mode. But the rest of these options just increase the randomness of the game, and I think the game is random enough already. I think that's a good start. Yeah, we don't want tutorials. For those of you who aren't familiar, XCOM in general is a squad-based tactics game with some base building elements, and there's some economic stuff in there too. A little bit, sort of. Our first choice is where to start our base. We can go to North America for some air dominance, Europe for a good balance between research and building stuff. Asia allows us to upgrade our soldiers, well, our non-mech, non-psionic soldiers, more cheaply. South America gives us autopsies and interrogations instantly. And Africa gives us 30% more funding. Of these, I like Europe and Asia the most, with North America slightly behind, and South America and Africa I usually disregard. I think I'm going to start in Europe. Sometimes I start in Asia, but we'll go with Europe this time. I'm pretty much expecting that most everybody knows the story if they care about it. So I'm going to be skipping pretty much all the cutscenes, and I'm going to be talking over Central because he doesn't say useful things. Well, not at this point anyway. So we're embarking on our first mission with our first 4 rookies. They tend to be terrible, so we'll see how this goes. Hopefully nobody dies.
Strike 1, this is Central. You are free to engage all hostile contacts in the AO. Don't take any chances.
That's not going to happen. We are going to take chances. So this map looks pretty good. I remember this one. Each of our soldiers has 2 actions. They can move and then take one of these actions on the lower bar. Some of them go away if you move later in the game. We can fire our weapon, go into Overwatch, which consumes any remaining action points to basically set up a trap. If the enemy moves into our field of view while Overwatch, they will be shot at and hopefully killed. We can also throw a frag grenade. We can move up into 2 types of cover, or I suppose we could move up into no cover, but that would be a terrible idea. Full cover here is best cover. Half cover is okay, but not preferred. From full cover, we can act as if we were on either side, essentially peeking, or if we were going this way, there or there. So we will move up to this full cover. There's some meld here. If we move up to this container and capture it, we will get some meld, which is a currency that will be important later in the game. A lot of the time, we're not going to have too much choice in our cover options. So this blue ring, I don't think I went over movement. The blue ring is how far we can go on our first move. The yellow here is how far we can go on our second move, or dash. If we dash, we can't take any other movements or actions. So it's generally not preferred, but sometimes you have to. If you're going to do something like that, it's best to ensure that you're in as good a cover position as possible. This is probably going to spot nothing. Okay, that's exactly what I was going to say. We have 7 turns to get to this container and click on it before it closes. We have to be adjacent and not diagonal. But if we do that, we'll get some meld, which, as I mentioned, will become important later. Once we're in a position that has some cover, we can hunker down to increase the effectiveness of that cover. Since we haven't seen any aliens, I don't think we're going to do that right now. We're just going to go into Overwatch with everybody so that if any aliens move around and we can see them, we'll shoot at them. Okay, we have 1 unit in half cover here and 1 there. Everybody else is in a decent position. And we're pretty much going to move them out of that decent position. I do want to get up to this meld, but I'm nervous about what might be in this area. So, let's move up here. We don't see anything. Okay. Which means that Mercier? I'm going to be mispronouncing probably nearly all the names. I hope that's okay. You're going to come up here to this full cover. And we're going to move these 2 as a unit, basically shadowing the front man, who's going to go up here and then up to the meld, if all goes according to plan. This side of the map is going to be a little bit more tricky, as we can easily be flanked from over here. I'm expecting that they'll be in the buildings, but I don't want to be flanked from this area, so we're going to have Zaitseva? Yeah, Zaitseva. Come up here and keep an eye on the rear flank. You're just going to move up, I think, and see what we can see. No aliens yet. I am playing fairly cautiously. Some might beg to differ, but it's true. 6 turns. Good. We could move up to full cover, but then we could be easily flanked from this area. Flanking is a pretty big deal. It refers to 2 positions. Oh, that's kind of not where I wanted them to be. 2 positions where one person's cover doesn't count. Basically, this guy's fully covered from the front here. But if an alien comes up to this position, they can just shoot him in the back, essentially. Which is not something that he enjoys. So this is likely to spot somebody through these windows. But I think I have to do it eventually. Ah, no spotting. Okay, so we're free for another move. As mentioned, we'll just shadow our way up here with 2 people, taking 1 move and overwatching as necessary. Zaitseva is probably going to move up to this full cover. How likely is it that somebody's back here? Well, if we move you here and it turns out to be an okay position, that's fine. You know, it's more likely that they'll be in the buildings. So come up here. Okay, I like that. No sounds that indicate that we spot things. You, Stone, are going to move with... I've forgotten her name. Starts with a Z. And nothing spotted. Fantastic. You guys are going to go into Overwatch, just to cover the area. And we're running out of turns on which to not spot things. But we can at least get this and get up to full cover. No spot. Fantastic. Okay. We will collect this. We now have 10 more meld than we did just slightly a couple turns ago. And we're in a good position. This guy is in full cover from the front. He can step this way to fire into the building from some angles, probably about there. but he can't see the parts of the building that are blocked by the van because it's full cover. If it were a car, and thus half cover, he could see and shoot over it. But for now, these two are just going to go into Overwatch. Zaitseva, how do you feel about this move? I'm real nervous that I haven't seen any aliens yet. But I also want to keep this area relatively seen. So I think you're just going to stay where you are. These guys, I'm not sure what to do about them, but they'll stay where they are because they don't have any other movements. And the fact that I haven't seen anybody really makes me nervous, because that means they're all in one place, basically. They could be anywhere in this area or back here, so it's a fairly large potential range. But come up here and peek in the building. Okay, there's our first set. These are sectoids. They're basically the weakest units, as one might expect from the first mission. We can see two of them right now, a 25% and a 45% shot. Go ahead and take the 45. It's basically a coin toss. Bad miss, but we can come up here. Probably not see anybody, unfortunately. But it is full cover. Oh, you do have two shots, 25 and a 45. Well, can you take the 45? He does have a 10% chance to crit, which does more damage, of course. Okay, good shot. One alien down. At least somebody knows how to shoot around here. You do have a shot at a 47. I feel like that's good enough to take. I want everybody to get at least one kill. Well, that's unfortunate. But if we come up over here, we'll be in full cover. We can pop this door and maybe get a shot in. A flanking shot. Basically, he has no cover because of our line of sight to him. So this should be a kill for Zaitseva. Oh, good shot. Nicely done. So Zaitseva has a kill, and one of our other units has a kill. Sadly, I don't remember his name at the moment. And this alien is going to take a shot, maybe? He's in a bad position. Davies took the last kill. So if we come up here, we don't know what's in these offices, and that could be bad, since we can technically see through them. So Davies, why don't you come up here for some full cover and spot out that office? From here, I feel pretty okay about coming up to this half cover and shooting this alien in his stupid ugly face. At a 71%. Mercier? Alright, what's your name? No, not the sectoid. You, what's your name? Bertrand. Okay. Yeah, shoot him. You need a kill? How could you miss? That's actually real bad. Davies is probably going to have to take this because the alien has a good shot on Bertrand over there. Okay. One of them might take a bad hit. So, Z, how do you work? Okay, we have a flanking shot, and it's good. Stone, get a kill. Save your comrade's life. Fantastic. Okay, we don't spot anything here. So just keep an eye out so that Stone doesn't get flanked. That would be bad. We don't want that to happen. We have 7 turns to get to this other meld canister, which is pretty good. Mercier, how do you feel about trying for another shot? I feel like it would be a good idea. But it appears you can't. So Davies move up to the half cover. They have expended a fair amount of their ammo, so I might reload you since nobody's in sight. Yeah, that'll take his full turn. Z, you're going to move up slightly and try and spot out some of this area from full cover. Overwatch for you. Since Stone hasn't moved, that may have been a bit preemptive, and they might be in this back area here, which we can only get to from the 3 places I'm not. So you don't really want to dash. Do you want to burst through a window? It'll make you feel like an action star. Yeah, do it. Boom. Okay, and keep an eye out. Mercier. Bertrand. You keep an eye out too. I want to come up back here and get this meld. Okay, it looks like they are back here somewhere. There's our audio-visual notification. And let's pop these doors open. Getting both people into position first. Nothing. And nothing. Fantastic. We have a lot of time, so just keep an eye on this room. On your next movement, you can get quite a bit closer. Now, Z, you come up here. Nothing there, but if they come out this door, you might be able to do some good stuff. Stone, I'm a little bit worried that they're actually out here, outside the building. We can't really get up on the roof. So move up a little bit. You'll still have vision outside. And overwatch from there. Okay, they were actually in this room. Some decent overwatches, but no kills might mean bad things for our people. They're definitely out of position, but we can certainly... these are all the aliens we're going to see. We've already killed enough, so I'm going to dash up. And Davies, you're going to take a slightly less aggressive approach, just in case, and you're going to overwatch. Now, Z and Stone, what do you do with your stuff? Well, Stone, you're going to come up here. Get out of your flanked position. 72, a 40, so take the 72. Good kill. Z, you're in a bad spot, so come up here into cover. Can a frag grenade hit both? No. No, certainly not. So this is a little awkward. They might be able to take a shot on our people. It's a 30%. Well, it's what you have. You could frag him. And I feel like you should, just for the guaranteed kill. It's not always a good idea to use frag grenades. Well, it does provide guaranteed damage. There we go. It also explodes cover and explodes some of the things that they carry. Sorry about that, Stone, but I think it's going to be worth it. You're going to have to heal up some. Oh, you're out of ammo? Okay, use your pistol. How's your chances? 72. We can always get Z up here to finish the job. But we don't need to. Stone has earned a promotion. Yeah, thank you, Dr. Vaughn. We got all of the meld, Fantastic. Operation Empty Mother. Okay, interesting. We killed all the aliens. Stone took one hit. But that's fine. He'll just rest up in medbay. It'll... Oh, Mercier, you didn't get any kills. Mercier. Bertrand. Yeah, and Stone's going to be out for a while. He is a heavy, which is a pretty good class. They can fire rockets upon enemies, assuming you don't move or shoot in that turn. We have a sniper, one of the best classes. Their initial ability gives them a headshot, 30% crit chance, and extra damage on crits. They're going to be key to our success. The assault gets run and gun, basically making the second movement free. If we activate run and gun and then move into a dashed position, we can still fire or overwatch. And the missing class is the support, which is going to be Bertrand. Yeah, the support eventually will be a healing type along one path. And my first support generally is a healing type. We can research a bunch of stuff. Thank you, Dr. Valen. We got a bunch of corpses, a bunch of weapons fragments, since the weapons kind of exploded when we killed the sectoids, and a bunch of meld. Good stuff. We'll have mission control, which will advance time quickly and go through events. Dr. Valen has a research lab where we can start a research project, and I tend to like weapon fragments.
I agree. That does seem
Excuse
to be
me.
the most pressing of our current research options.
Basically, thank you, Dr. Valen. Dr. Shen has an engineering lab where we can build or buy items and facilities. We'll excavate some new area. This is our base building portion. We have a satellite uplink and an access lift. These steam vents we can put thermo generators on, but I don't think we're going to do anything quite yet. We don't have a ton of money. We could make a med kit, but we don't have a support. I will make one just to have it. We'll probably give it to the rookie that goes on the next mission. And we can build a satellite for 100 credits, which is almost all of our credits. But we can use it as soon as it's built, so we'll do that. In 20 days, we'll have a satellite. And basically on the research front, I want to get to beam weapons as soon as possible. We also have a hangar, which shows us all of our ships. These will be used to chase down and shoot at enemy UFOs. We could hire more soldiers if we want, but we have a lot of starting soldiers. Our sniper and our assault are available for the next mission. Stone is going to be wounded for 11 days. He's going to spend some time in the med bay, which is just fine. Bertrand is probably going to go on our next mission, and one of the random other rookies. But for now, we don't really have anything new to do. These events are going to go somewhat quickly for weapons fragments as we scan for activity. And immediately we find alien abduction missions, which shows us, thank you, Central, the rock, paper, scissors version of this game. All of these places have panic levels, a mission difficulty, and a reward. Novgorod is a difficult mission, but they're also slightly panicked. Argentina isn't very panicked, but they have a moderate difficulty mission, and they'll give us engineers, which we are going to need fairly soon. China will give us scientists for a moderate mission, and they're not panicked either. I feel like getting money and reducing their panic is pretty good, even for a difficult mission. We'll take some of our experienced people along, at least one. Of course, going here means we choose not to go to Argentina and China, so their panic will increase while Russia's will decrease. But I think it's still the best option to go to Russia. And we can only take 4 units right now. But we get to choose which ones now. I like having an assault. And I want to get the sniper leveled up as soon as possible. Bertrand? You might not go on this one. No, you should go on this one. So you can get a kill and become a support. Okay, Gerard, Emma, is also going to come on this mission. Do we want any new stuff? Well, we can't really build any new stuff except a medkit. So maybe we'll give that to somebody and embark on this mission, but I think we'll save that for the next episode. I hope you've enjoyed this first episode of XCOM Enemy Within, and we'll see you next time.